Hey guys, Third Gen Farmer here. I'm back and I have a couple things to explain because it has been a little bit since the last video, and I'm just gonna kind of explain real quick what it is. And it's pretty simple, honestly. I've just haven't been here, been on the farm very much. I've been busy just a lot with work, especially. And so I kind of missed out on really recording anything for you guys, and which is my apologies. I did get some footage of spreading fertilizer, so I might still make a video on that. It's not very entertaining or anything, and that's all it is literally just spreading some fertilizer. So let me know if you guys do want to see that. Maybe I'll put some videos together for this summer or later on. And then when it came to the seeding and everything, like I said, I was really busy with work. And then when I came here, it was really just, let's get this product in the ground, get everything seeded. And so it was definitely kind of not, don't want to say a rush, but it was definitely boom, 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 let's go, go, go. So again, my apologies for that. The crops are looking great right now. They are all out of the ground, and what we are doing right now is we're doing our first spraying application of the season here. We actually didn't even do any spraying prior to seeding because there wasn't really anything that was growing. So for us, there was no point in spraying because there was no green, nothing to kill off. We had a really good kill in the fall when we did a spray after our harvest. We had enough time to do that in the fall, which was nice. And yeah, so seeding this year took place at like the end of April, beginning of May, I think. Today is the 1st of June, actually. So here, I'll just explain kind of what we're doing here. All right, so what we got going on right now, Dad is out there, he is spraying away. And in the meantime, he can go ahead and do some spraying here. It's the sprayer is actually, this is an Apache 859 sprayer. I honestly can't remember the year on it. I think it's about early 2000-ish. Oops, sorry, if I'm correct. It's got an 850 gallon tank on it, 90-foot boom. It's our first high clearance sprayer. So this was the sprayer we had before. This is an 80-foot, and we pulled it with our Lambo. But it was rough because we were in it with the tractor, and the tractor isn't honestly that smooth, especially when you're spraying. And so we would go slow, maybe spray at like 5 miles an hour, but then, you know, it would just take forever to spray. And also it just wasn't the best for accuracy and just putting down what we wanted to put down. So now we got that sprayer. He's behind the trees, so you can't see him, but and it rides great. We can spray it like 15 miles an hour, which is great, and the 90-foot and everything goes pretty smooth, pretty quick. I have gone over this in the past, but I'll kind of go over it quickly here while I'm waiting. Right now I'm just letting our tank kind of fill up here, and we have a filter down at the pump. I'll show you that here right away. Then we also just use like a rag here, and so this kind of filters out a lot more. As you can see, like, it filters out quite a lot of stuff, which that filter doesn't get from the dugout, just because we don't have anywhere to fill up like a well water or anything like that out here in the middle of nowhere. And then we also have another screen underneath there. You might be able to see it. So this is because we want this water to be nice and clean so it doesn't plug up our nozzles, because the nozzles, they plug up very easily. Now this is a 1,200 gallon tank, and the sprayer obviously isn't that much, so it's kind of nice. Gives us a bit of a reservoir, so when we're pumping out, we pump out a lot faster than we can put in. Because of all the screens and stuff, it's restricted. So yeah, I'm just kind of supervising it, just kind of waiting, getting stuff ready, getting our chemicals ready. So I'll go over that next here. So right now we finished spraying our peas, and now we're doing canola spraying here. We have more herbicide that we got to bring in. Okay, so the chemical that we're putting down here is this Interline herbicide and Select 1EC. This is by UPL. This is a, we got this herbicide through actually local farmer. They've been doing this for a couple of years now with distributing. So actually our canola we got through them as well. And the inoculant for the peas, all through them, which is different. Typically we don't get our herbicide through them. Typically we'll go through either Cargill or, well, typically Cargill. And we've done other businesses in the past. So this is the first year trying this stuff out. So hopefully it works out well, because we love doing business with them, and just, you know, helping out another small farm too, you know. That's kind of nice thing, and rather than always going to these massive corporations and stuff, it's nice local and everything, kind of supporting that. But so anyways, that aside, this herbicide, I didn't deal with too much of this year, as like I was saying, busy with a lot of work and stuff and whatnot. But believe basically this Interline is going to deal with our stuff like our thistle, dandelion, any cleavers, a lot of that kind of stuff. And then the Select is dealing with, basically it's going to take care of like our grasses and sort like that. So like all the wheat, wild oats, that kind of thing, will be taken care from that, these Select herbicides. So yeah. Okay, now to the system. So we got our pump down there. This pump is a 2-inch pump, so it's not huge, and it's got, there's a filter I was talking about there. Oh, I don't know if you can see through the water there. You might be able to see it. The jug is onto the end of it. That keeps it kind of floating and out of the dirt, basically. But anyways, we're just using this guy. Obviously, he's just basically at an idle, because like I said, screening up there as well, we definitely lose a lot of capacity. Honestly, probably the best thing would be on the outlet to put another filter. However, that filter would get so gross so fast, so we'd always have to switch it out. So we'll have to try and figure out maybe something in the future to filter that a little faster. But yeah, like I said, in the meantime, we just switch out that rag up there multiple times as it gets dirty. It's basically the older fashioned way probably of doing it, and definitely a farmer way of cheaping out probably and everything. But hey, it works great, and that's our operation basically for the cleaning, the filtering of that. That's just how we do it. Every single farmer is going to be different. Even if they use a dugout, it'll be done differently. If they get theirs from a pump, like a well basically, or if they go to a town to get water there, or whatever it is, right? That's not practical for us. We don't have necessarily a trailer to haul water. I mean, we could use this trailer and stuff, but anyways, just our situation doesn't work out great. Even if we were to haul water, it'd be quite a long drive in order to go get town water. So yeah, but enough of that. So now obviously he's gonna go all the way up here. That's where we're going in here and filtering, and now that'll fill our tank here. Like I said, 1,200 gallon tank. We only have 400 gallons right now, so this is gonna take a while, but so I might need to go get another rag. Obviously that's the downside. When those get dirty, then it's slower to fill. It takes more time to go through. Then here, now this is our outlet. We got another Honda. That's a Honda, by the way, motor that's running that. Little pump there. This is also a Honda. And then it runs pretty well, I want to say. We do have a little leak that I'm going to have to try and fix here with the pump housing. But yes. And then our chem handler. This, basically, you're going to pull in the water here. And you can, using a series of valves, you can either bypass it and go directly out to this line, which is going to be your feed into the sprayer, or we can route it through the chem handler, and and basically suck everything out of the chem handler into the sprayer. We can fill just the chem handler. It's with a series of valves. I'm not going to explain it too much in depth or anything, but this thing is a lifesaver. This chem handler, it's changed the way that we're able to mix in our chemicals, get a way better mix, do it a lot more efficiently. It's a huge lifesaver, absolutely huge. I don't think we could really do it without this anymore. Like it's very nice. So yeah, basically, here, let me just open this up for you guys. Basically, we can pierce our jugs there, and then the chemical will go, obviously just sitting there, and we can flush. We use this to flush the jug and everything, so we make sure we get all the chemical out and into here, and then we can flush the handler out with those. There's one on this side as well, and then yeah, it's great. It's another mixing tank, and then the product's kind of mixed a little bit, and then it gets sent in with water to our sprayer, and then our sprayer can also mix it up even more. It's fantastic. Compared to this sprayer, where we sort of had a type of chem handler, that's that little tank on the front where we put our chemicals in. So it was kind of on the sprayer, but it was not great. I'll tell you that much. It was not great to work with. It was perfect for at the time, and it was new for us when we got that sprayer. Probably it's been quite a few years, maybe 15 years ago. I think we got that sprayer. It's been a while, maybe even more. But yeah, so this is kind of our system. Hopefully that's kind of in brief how that all goes and works. Now, I didn't want this to be super long and annoying and everything. I just hopefully kind of, in case you're curious on how we mix in our chemicals and stuff to this part. Now, next, I'll hopefully be able to show you us actually putting it in our sprayer. But yeah, this is just while I wait for that tank to fill up, or reservoir to fill up. Just basically supervising it, that's all. There's a couple other things I probably should or could be doing, but we'll just wait on that for now. So I suppose you might want me to answer a couple of your questions you might have or ask. And I think a big one that a lot of people kind of wonder is this harmful? Are these herbicides, these chemicals that we're putting down, are they very harmful for the canola or the wheat or the peas? Is it harmful? Is it going to affect, is that always going to be within the plant? Like, how is that? And I'm no scientist, I'm like no biochemist, none of that. However, I can say that from when we spray and what we put down, if it affected the canola, then we would lose our crop, right? So first off is if you're spraying at the correct time, that's a key thing. If we are spraying at the correct time for the plant, is not harmful for the canola, for the wheat, for the peas, any of that, right? And I mean, obviously we also have to be putting down the correct dosage. We don't want to overload it, because I mean, after all, it is chemical. However, it's the same way with if you're thinking about fertilizer, right? If you put a lot of, I don't know if you guys have done that before, but if you put a lot of fertilizer, like nitrogen, basically in one area, you can always have too much of a good thing. You can almost have too much of something, right? And it's going to burn it, the plants out and stuff. There's always a balance to everything like that. So I'm not going to say that we can just dump all this chemical straight in there. No, I'm not saying that at all. But if we're putting it down at the correct time and the correct dosage, it does not affect the canola, the wheat, the peas, those plants, any of that, right? For the chemical that we're putting in, right? We're also, that's another thing, we have to select the correct chemical. We're not going to put Roundup down, like glyphosate. We're not going to put that down with and apply that over top of our wheat, especially not at this stage, and that's going to kill it, right? That's what that attacks that. So then in that case, it's going to harm the plant, right? And it's going to be, it targets that. It again, I can't explain exactly all the specifics on, oh well, this plant has this, so then that's why it attacks this, all that stuff, you know, that feel free to search up on your own time. Also, even if I could explain some of it, I'm definitely not going to go into any of that on here. I'm definitely no expert though either. Now, if we're talking about chemical and weeds, something that also comes up is residue, right? Chemical has residue, and that's kind of also what helps us and what doesn't help us. What I mean by that is basically this has been sprayed right here, for example, and the chemical right now is leaving its residue. The chemical is leaving, it's attaching itself to all these plants, and now it's just like that. It's attached to the plants, and now there's a residue, that chemical, and it's going to activate, and that's what's going to be killing the plants. In simple terms, that's what's going to be killing the plants that we need it to. And those that aren't affected by it, they won't be affected by it. Just as an example, if that's what the chemical is and it stays on there, it takes 2 weeks to fully go through its cycle and kill off and everything. Well, after those 2 weeks, or even if you say 3 weeks, well, that is going to be, that chemical is basically, it could be gone, right? Some chemicals will last up to a year, some will last 2. And that's why like as farmers, we have to be careful on residue and carryover from year to year because of chemicals and stuff. All right, so now what we're doing here is we're doing flush. So, well, there's nothing coming out right now, but basically we have water that we took and mixed in with ammonia into that tank, and we clean the chem handler, like the chem handler tank, and then we pumped it into here. And I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but we have like 150 gallons in the sprayer here, and right now we just got the pump rolling, and we're just purging. So pump's going right now like 60 psi, and we're just right now, there's a bunch of the agitators and stuff in the tank that used to make sure the chemical stays mixed up when you're regularly using the sprayer. Well, those right now are mixing up all that ammonia and water mixture to flush through the tank. So we're doing that for a little while here, and then we'll purge it through all of our booms and everything. With that, the ammonia basically will clean out the chemicals, if you're wondering, if you don't know. So yeah, so then once we have that done, then we have to purge with water once again, because we don't want that ammonia to sit in here and put more chemical in. So we're gonna pump a bunch of water through all that chem handler system and tank and everything, and then into the sprayer here. And then once we get this sprayer a decent amount of water in it, we're gonna do the same thing, agitate, get that water through, dilute that ammonia as much as possible, clean it out. We might even dump some just out the side, try and get as much of that out as possible, because it does like sticking around. It's good at its job, but then we have to really flush after as well, because we don't want any of that ammonia to stay. And then yeah, then we got to purge it out the sides here. So yeah, and with the ammonia and with the chemicals as well, we got to be careful, use our gloves and stuff. If just word of caution, I mean, I think anyone doing this would know that anyways, but yeah, and yeah, just got to be smart about it. I also suppose I didn't really show you guys in the sprayer here. So yeah, we got our GPS set up, and it's actually, unlike the combine and the tractor, this is an actual Trimble wheel here that's got the motor here to run, which is really nice, because then we don't have to mount a little easy steer kind of roller thing on the wheel. It's really nice because it's an actual steering wheel. But we use the same guidance, same Trimble 750 guidance on all of our stuff. This one came with it when we bought it, which is nice. So yeah, we probably got to clean up some wires and whatnot, but then we got the Raven system there, which also again works great. We have partial section control. So we're not like the brand new sprayers. So the brand new sprayers, they have like nozzle control. So each one of them nozzles, they could turn off independently. Whereas for us, it's like one section of the boom. So this is a section, then there's another section behind us, and then again, section and section. So our particular one is 5 sections. I mean, obviously this system is equipped to do more than that, but that's just what we got. And compared to that one, that old sprayer had no section control at all. And yeah, ours isn't automatic either. In case you're wondering, we get to the end, it doesn't automatically shut off. We don't have mapping like that. The only mapping we have is with our GPS. It's very rough manual mapping as well. We just haven't got to that system yet. Maybe eventually we will. But for us, for such a small farm and everything, it's just something that we don't need right now and aren't focused on putting our dollars into. But yeah, maybe in the future we might. But yeah, we'll just, when we get to the ends, we can see our headland on our screen on our GPS, and then that's when we can cut out our spray manually and then do our turns and keep going. But yeah, so this is the Apache. I guess, yeah, I never really showed you guys around in here. Dad does pretty much most of the spraying anyways and takes comfort in it. He enjoys doing it, but that way I can run around and do all the more labor intensive stuff, you know what I mean, and such. But yeah, so we're just gonna keep doing this, and I'll update you guys as we go and everything. So alrighty, so we can get this going here. Give ourselves a little more PSI. There, we're spraying. Round 2, except this time with water. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Alrighty folks, well, it's about 11:30 now, and we just filled up for the last load of the night, I assume, and just banging out the acres, you know, just getting them done. And yeah, today we got about 700 acres done, which is great. So yeah, that's definitely really, well, just under 700, closer to 600 acres. Good progress though, for sure, on the spraying. And yeah, it's a good day. Stayed calm for us for the winds. I guess I probably never mentioned that, but the winds are nice and calm, so we didn't have any drift with the spray at all. And yeah, so tomorrow there might be a little bit of rain and there might be some wind, so we can't spray if there's rain or if there's wind. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this is probably the end of this video. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hopefully not too long. I'll try and get something else out here, and always try and give you guys something. Again, my apologies for the huge delay between videos and everything, but yeah, you guys have a good one. Take care.